So we are on Church Street, which is what we'd call a high street or a main street. So you've got a huge amount of businesses here. And what they've basically done is halfway down the street is they've created a bus gate that's active from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So during those hours, the only thing that can pass through is bikes and buses, like we're gonna see coming right here now. So we still have deliveries, everything going on, but like that car there, you're not going to be using it as a through route. And so what that means is it's a much quieter, more peaceful environment for pedestrians. You'll see lots of cyclists using this because it's a comfortable place to cycle without those heavy vehicle traffic volumes.
Up the road in Stoke Newington, they put in bus gates to make it bus only during most of the day. And in that space, you saw a 200% increase in MasterCard spending using their data. So this is better for business. And we see this time and time again, that if you remove the traffic, you make it a nicer place for people to hang out, then people spend money there.
It's been incredibly successful. You can barely get down Church Street now for the people walking and cycling down there, using the local cafes, using the local shops, and of course the air quality has dramatically improved, and that's being measured.
What this street does really well is that it's both a really high frequency bus route, but it's also a really sort of vibrant commercial street. So you have huge number of restaurants, huge number of shops, bakeries, that kind of thing. And what this design does is it allows you to have that high frequency bus route. Buses aren't getting stuck in traffic, but also it's a really nice pedestrian environment. So these businesses are doing really well.
Only 35% of people in Hackney have access to a car, and the majority of people use the bus. So it's the most used mode of transport, apart from walking, of course, because we all walk. Because you can take a bus, all the way across London or into central London, but you can also take a bus just a couple of stops up the road. And of course, if you have limited mobility and, we all have an ageing population, then the bus is a great way of just going that little bit up the road to get to the shops you need to get to.
I think there's a perception, certainly in America, that sign of a street's vibrancy is the amount of parked cars, because parked cars means customers, and there's no parked cars here, not a single parked car.
If you're driving down a street and you very rarely can find a parking space, think, I'll nip in and get a cup of coffee. No, you carry on going. Whereas if you're walking and you see a nice coffee shop and you think, actually, I'll grab a coffee and walk on, yeah? That's why there's more footfall, and that's why there's more spend. So it's good for business as well as being good for health and good for the environment.
With our LTNs, there is no place that you cannot get to by car. So if you want to drive, you can drive. I have a car as well as a bike, as well as kids. So you can drive, but it will take you a little bit longer. And we also have exemptions. We have really important exemptions for our disabled drivers, our blue badge holders.
So these are modal filters on the side streets just off the high street. And basically what these do is they restrict cars actually coming onto the high street. So if you live on this street down here, you can come and access your property, you can park there, but you can't drive directly onto the high street.
Most of our low traffic neighbourhoods are camera enforced. So if you drive through, you unfortunately will get a ticket, like a parking notice.
Someone drove down this street, they wanted to come onto the high street, but obviously there's a modal filter here, camera controlled, so it actually has to make a U-turn and then just head out back the way it came, so not cutting onto the high street.